Once upon a time, in a land full of greed and betrayal, the king must born a male son who would be heir to his throne after his death. King Abub married 3 wives, and none could give him a male child. They gods of the land chose for him a wife among the maidens of the land, which made her his 4th wife, Queen Obiageli. When Queen Obiageli got pregnant, the gods foresee that she would born a male child, which will be the only male child of the king. Prior to this vision, the chief priest saw vision of enemies of the throne trying hard to kill the only son of the king. The king must take the child far away from the land to his maternal home for Queen Obiageli to successfully give birth to the long-awaited prince. One night when everyone was asleep, the king instructed one of his trusted messenger Dimka to take the queen to the king maternal home, which was far from the Inyi kingdom. The messenger silently took the queen that night to the king maternal home without the knowledge of any other person. The king ruled his kingdom peacefully, but the enemies weren't at rest as they tried all possible best to know where the king took his wife Obiageli to, but the king didn't tell anyone. Even his 3 wives didn't know where the king took Obiageli to. It's been months that Queen Obiageli was staying at the king's maternal relatives. She had been enjoying her day and anxious to see her son, the heir to the throne of Inyi. The messenger. Dimkpa had been looking after the queen, making sure that no harm comes before her or the unborn child. The king trusted Dimkpa so much. Dimka has been with the king since his childhood. 9 months later, the queen went to labor, and words went to the king that his wife was in labor. The midwife attended to the queen. The queen successfully delivered her baby, and it is a baby boy. Words again went to the king that Queen Obiageli has put to bed, and it is a boy as the chief priest as foreseen. The king was very happy for the news. His joy knew no bounds. At least now he can die in peace if he wishes to. There is an heir to his throne. The king sent message to Dimkpa to stay with the queen, that after 2 Eek market days he should return with the queen, so that the whole village of Inyi will know that he, the king, has an heir. The king was excited that he has forgot that they were traitors in the land. The king told his cabinet that his wife and son would be returning. On the 2nd Eek market day, as Dimka, Obiageli and his son were preparing to return back in grand style, a tragedy stroked them. Obiageli was killed in the bathroom while she was taking her bath to prepare for her return to Inyi village. When Dimka noticed that Obiageli was wasting too much time bathing, he had to knock on the door to know what was keeping her, but she didn't respond. Dimka had to open the bathroom and saw the queen struggling hard to breathe. "Take my child and run, they are coming." Those were the final words of Obiageli to Dimka. Dimka had to carry the baby boy and run as fast as he could back to Inyi. He kept running. He knew that people were after him, strange people. When he became tired and his legs couldn't carry him again because he had hurt his right leg, while running, blood was coming out of the leg. He had no other option but to find a safe tree covered with grass and hide the child inside the tree. And fast he ran. The gods were merciful, and the child didn't cry nor make any form of noise when Dimka hid him. Dimka went far, but couldn't make it. The killers had asked him where he kept the heir to the king's throne, but he wouldn't say. They got angry and cowed him. For hours, the killers searched for the baby boy, but they didn't find him. They finally got tired and left when it was night. During the night, a hunter who was named Agu came to hunt. He was one of the fearless hunter in Awuru. He hunts at night and has charms of different categories. Agu was a no-nonsense man and has culled animals of different size. Agu goes to deep forests far from even his own village to hunt. That night, Agu went to hunt when he heard the cry of a baby. At first, he thought it was the spirit of the forests that were trying to play smart on him, but as he drew closer, he saw a baby covered carefully with a leaf around grasses. He did his incantations to be sure it was the spirit forest. After he was done, he was sure that the baby was human. Agu took sympathy on the baby and carried him. Who might have dropped this beautiful baby boy here? Agu thought to himself. Agu's wife was pregnant at the time, and Agu didn't have a male child, but already had 2 female child. He always prayed to the gods to give him a male child. He had the belief that the child the wife is currently carrying will be a male child. Back to the boundary of his village in Awuru to keep the baby. Nai, are you back already? The wife asked him as she saw him back to the house. "I saw a little baby someone dropped in the forest to die. I couldn't leave him there. I had to bring him home," Agu told the wife Naoma. "Please bath him and feed him," Agu said to the wife. And Naoma respected the husband so much. She took the baby in without questioning because she trusts the husband. That night, Agu and the wife didn't sleep as the baby kept crying. The next day, news reached the king of Inyi that his wife Queen Obiagali has been murdered, and his best messenger Dimka was also murdered, and that there was no news of the whereabouts of his newborn child. The king was greatly heartbroken as he cried for days and night. "His enemies has succeeded in ruining him," he said every night. It was already 7 days since Agu brought the newborn baby to his wife, and the child still didn't have a name. One morning, when Naoma was bathing the baby, Naoma decided to ask Agu, "What name should we call the baby? For it's been 7 days since you brought him home." Agu looked at the baby closely as he watched his wife bath him. "We shall call him Ohia, for I found him in the forest." "Ohia," the wife echoed. Agu smiled and touched the baby's head, and he said, "Agu Ohia, the lion of the forest." Immediately a name was given to the little boy. There was a great lightning in the sky, which followed a heavy rain that morning.